Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, sensing that someone is standing at the edge of your bed, but when you open your eyes, no one is there? Or perhaps, just days after a loved one passed, you smelled their perfume again, heard footsteps, watched a light flicker for no reason at all, or dreamt of them so vividly, so clearly, it felt more real than waking life. These experiences are not just moments of grief. They may be something more. In many spiritual traditions, it is believed that the soul does not leave the body instantly after death. Instead, it lingers nearby, silent, confused, unaware that it has crossed the threshold. The body may have stopped breathing, but the soul still sees, still hears, still feels the presence of the world it once knew. It tries to call out to the people it loves, but no one answers. It tries to walk, but every step slips into a space that doesn't follow the same rules anymore. There is no pain, no panic, just a strange, disorienting stillness, like being inside a dream that won't end, a dream where everything feels real, but no one sees you. No one responds. No one knows you're still there. This is the first phase after death, a state where the soul has detached from the body, but hasn't yet realized it has died. A state where reality bends and the soul waits. Not for judgment, but simply to understand what just happened. What happens to a soul in the hours after death? Not in theory, but in experience. What does the soul actually go through? Across cultures, visions, and ancient texts, a recurring journey appears, not always the same, but remarkably similar. Let's walk through this sacred unfolding, the 7 moments many souls seem to pass through in their very first night beyond the body. 1. Separation from the body. It begins with a soft release, like a gentle exhale. The soul slips free, almost weightless, unaware that a line has been crossed. No pain, no drama, just distance. 2. Lingering near the place of death, the soul remains close, by the bed, in the room, not out of fear, but instinct. This was its home, its life, its anchor. 3. Witnessing the grief of loved ones. It sees family arrive, tears, voices, prayers. The soul tries to comfort them, to reach out, but its hands pass through air. Its voice never lands. It stands in the middle of goodbye, but no one knows it's still there. 4. Noticing signs, symbols repeating. Time behaves strangely. Clocks stop at the moment of death. A white butterfly enters the room. A familiar fragrance fills the air. These are not coincidences, they're echoes of transition. 5. Hearing the call, seeing the light from a distance, something stirs. A pull, a glow. Not a command, but an invitation. A voice that sounds like memory itself, calling the soul gently forward. 6. Realizing the truth. The moment comes, slow, emotional, undeniable. The soul realizes, I've died. And with that comes waves of emotion, confusion, sadness, relief, even awe. This is the beginning of letting go. 7. Choosing to stay or to release. At the threshold, the soul stands still. Some resist, tied to unfinished love, guilt, or fear. Others step forward, drawn by peace. Here, the journey turns. The soul either holds on or begins to rise. This path is deeply personal. No 2 souls move in the same rhythm. But in nearly every telling, from ancient scrolls to modern near-death accounts, this journey is real. This is not imagination. This is not a fantasy tale. What happens in the first moments after death, when the soul lingers confused, still near the body, is not just whispered in old myths. It is recorded, preserved, witnessed. The Bible, 2 Corinthians 5:8. We would rather be away from the body and at home with the Lord. It acknowledges a separation, a phase between body and home. But it does not say the journey is instant. There is space in between. The Zohar, Jewish mysticism. For 3 days after death, the soul hovers over the body, confused, not knowing it has died. An ancient text describing exactly what many still sense. The soul doesn't realize what has happened. It lingers, watches, and waits. The Tibetan Book of the Dead describes the bardo, a state where the soul, no longer attached to the body, wanders between worlds. It is not heaven, not earth, but something in between. A space of reflection, release, and transition. Modern near-death experiences, NDEs. From thousands of documented cases, people who were clinically dead for minutes and then revived report the same things. They floated above their bodies. They saw doctors trying to revive them. They heard voices. They felt peace, but also confusion. They couldn't interact. Dr. Raymond Moody, pioneer in NDE studies, called it the soul's awareness without form. Dr. Sam Parnia, from NYU Langone, calls it consciousness beyond death. And then, there's what ordinary people experience, not scholars, not monks, just people, like you, like me, a dream where their father, mother, or child appeared the very night they died. A scent, cologne, flowers, cigarettes, suddenly in the room. A flicker of light, a whisper in their heart. I'm still here. Across faiths, cultures, and modern science, the stories align. Not in language, but in feeling, in timing, in truth. The first night after death may not be the end. It may be the soul's silent wait, to be seen, to be understood, to be remembered. So what happens if no one realizes the soul is still near? If no one calls its name? If no one acknowledges its presence? If no one helps it understand what has happened? The soul can remain stuck, not in punishment, not in darkness, but in uncertainty. It doesn't know where to go. It doesn't know it's allowed to go. And so it lingers, hovering in a space that was once familiar, but no longer responds. This has consequences, not just for the soul, but for the living. Unspoken goodbyes, lingering emotions, a deep feeling of incompletion. Many people describe it. They feel like they never truly said farewell, like something remains open, unresolved. What if that feeling is not just in your heart, but mirrored by the soul who hasn't been able to let go? But there is a way forward, and it doesn't require rituals or religion, only presence, only love. Step 1, acknowledge the presence. Don't be afraid. If you sense someone is near, maybe they are. Honor that moment. Step 2, say their name, gently, in your thoughts, in a whisper, as if you're saying, you were loved, you still are, and it's okay to go now. Step 3, offer light, light a candle. Think of them with peace. That intention becomes a path. Step 4, send a blessing, even a single sentence. May you find peace, may you find the light. That can be enough. Step 5, share this truth. The more people who know, the fewer souls will wander, unseen. This is not about fear. It's about awareness. It's about letting love do what fear never could. Help someone find their way home. The first night after death is not silence. It is not emptiness. It is presence, soft, quiet, waiting to be seen. The soul does not vanish. It remains, not to haunt, but to understand, to let go, to return. Sometimes all it needs is to be remembered, to be called by name, to be told, "You are loved, and you are free to go." If this message stirred something within your soul, please like and share it with others who may be searching for the same truth. Leave a comment about what you felt or realized, so our team can understand the true impact of this message. It means a lot to us. And more than that, subscribe to the channel so we can continue this journey together into even deeper and more meaningful discoveries.